Hello, Taurus, and welcome to the Summit Experience. I'm going to be doing a reading from now until from the 1st to the 15th of August. If you want a private reading, of course, you can find me on. You can book it traditionally via email and PayPal, which will be down below. In the description box, all the informations, all the steps, all the prices are listed. If you want to get to me via Instant Go. Please, first of all, make sure I don't call on a private number because I'm not always available. And when I do become available, I want to be able to notify the person that I am available. So, um, uh, and also, if you want to send me off a one-off question, please make sure with the one-off questions you give me 24 hours to reply. I've been doing really good with those. I think my wait time now is like 3 hours, so I've been doing really good with those. But still, for some reason, people send questions and then they delete them, and then they send it and then they delete, and it's just a mess. Because I'll plan my day around it, and then I'm like, okay, I have to do this reading at this time. I have to handle the one-off questions at this time, and I go to do them, and then the questions have been deleted, which is very frustrating. So please make sure that first of all, you really do want to get your question answered, and you give me enough time to answer the questions. I'm living a life out here. Believe it or not, I'm not just sitting here 24/7 waiting for you to ask a question. So let's get started. This is for Taurus, August 1st to the 15th. Taurus, August 1st to the 15th. First to the 15th. Surface mind. The Empress, the Two of Swords, stagnation, and the King of Cups, emotions. You could do the water sign, mastery of emotions, the Ten of Swords, betrayal, the Knight of Pentacles, slow movement, Two of Swords, Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords and Ten of Wands, and the Lovers. So it could be a soulmate relationship with a little Capricorn, Taurus, water sign of some sort, and a Gemini. We have two cards of Gemini here very present. Or it's telling me that someone here could be just of two minds about a thing, divided within themselves about something. But this is positive though, because the ten of Swords to me talks of surrendering. The Ten of Wands means the person is still carrying the burden. And that's why they were being of two minds. And if you notice right here, two of the wands are on the floor. So we have two there, two here, two here. And the two of wands on the floor. For some, I've never said this before, ever. But I'm noticing those two wands on the floor, and I'm thinking of two of wands, and I'm thinking of a person standing at the threshold of achieving something. Achieving the Three of Wands, getting their ships. And then we have the Lovers here, which is two, and the Two of Swords. So we have 222 at the threshold, soulmate energy here. But this is good. It was a long time coming, but it's good. It's good that the surrender has happened. It will not feel good, but it's good. Because it gets someone their happiness and it gets them emotionally balanced. And you should start feeling around this time like renewed, reinvigorated. You could have a Virgo on your mind, or that will be Taurus and Virgo. I don't really look at the Empress as Capricorn. It will be Taurus and Virgo to me. The Empress and the Queen of Pentacles are Taurus and Virgo. Could be a Capricorn, but Taurus and Virgo very strongly. You might be paying more attention to yourself, priming yourself up. Ten of Pentacles, this is your card. Taurus. Okay. We have the Tower. Under that, the Seven of Swords. And then we had the Five of Cups here. And then under that, the Nine of Pentacles. So there's definitely a Virgo involved. Or well, it doesn't have to be, but this represents Venus in Virgo. So when I see the Nine of Pentacles, I think of a Virgo. A broken family, something to do with a family here. The Ten of Pentacles and the Tower. Seven of Swords. Stealing. Sneaking out. I'm going to get more of that story later. Let's see. The shadow. shadow. The Justice, karmic scales being balanced. Equality. Two major arcana. Could be also doing with a Libra or someone in Libra in their placement, or you could have Libra in your placement. Karmic lesson, Page of Pentacles comes offering, and the Magician, the ability to manifest. The Nine of Wands, fear. The Ace of Cups, fear of love and commitment. Taurus, you have a fear of commitment. What is this about commitment? What is this? There's a karmic lesson here that has been about commitment and has been about keeping people out. I feel like there are a lot of people that you feel like you have to defend yourself against. There's a karmic lesson here about you being in your power and you sitting on your throne. You feeling yourself, so to speak. Let me see. The Ace of Wands. You know what's funny? I was trying not to say it. 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 When I said you feeling yourself, and then I was trying not to say it. Last time I said it, I got into a lot of trouble. Some of you are needing to start being a little bit more adventurous with your sex life. Some of you are already feeling that way. I'm getting that some of you might have just invested in some kind of a sex toy. When I said feeling yourself, it hit me, but I didn't want to say it, and I took a pause. I was like, let me not say it. The last time I got a message like this was a Virgo. That was a few months back, and I got in trouble. A lot of people had a lot of shit to say. I got so many emails. I was cussed out to hell. So I was really trying not to say it, but some of you are needing to start enjoying the pleasures of the body again. Some of you are already doing this at this point. Also, I'm getting there's someone outside of your environment. King of Wands, yeah, there's definitely King of Cups. Ten of Swords, that's good, that's good. Page of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Four of Swords, and the Two of Swords. Stagnation is over. Release happening, healing happening, emotional balance being achieved. I feel like I'm giving the same message to Taurus over and over and over again. Well, if that's the energy that, and keep in mind it's a Mercury retrograde, so, you know, and the world generally doing retrogrades, Mars retrograde, Mercury retrogrades, and all that. When you have retrograde, it's not, I always say, you know, I bitch about retrogrades a lot. I don't, you know, especially Mercury, it's not an easy energy for me. It's tumultuous, you know, it's tumultuous, it's tough. For example, you know, I've been talking about this. I always like using myself, you know, when I give my examples. For example, what just happened with me in my leasing office, you know, them making a mistake on my lease. Me, I had to leave on September 2nd. Now I have to leave on August 2nd because I made a mistake, and they've been telling me it's September 2nd. They didn't even give me a 30-day warning, which is illegal. And I could try to fight it, but the problem is if I do ask for an extension of time, I would still have to pay the lease. And that's like, what, $1,800. I'm splitting my rent right now with my roommate. You know, $1,800, I can't afford that by myself, you know. So when it's like retrogrades bring back things to the forefront that you were supposed to have paid attention to and really kind of try to get. But I did pay attention to it. But what I'm getting here as a message for me was my complacence, you know, my lack of savings because I wanted to take care of family and I was giving money away when I was making money, and now business is super slow. Well, actually it's picked up a lot within the past week, but it has been slow. So a lot of things that are revolving around the retrograde are highlighting aspects of my life that I need to pay more attention to. For example, savings for rainy days and for situations that will arise when it's not, even though it wasn't my fault that it happened, you know, but that was their fault. But even if I try to fight it or whatever happens, I needed to have the financial backing. I needed to put myself in a position where I wouldn't be destitute, which is what I am now. So I have literally like 2 days to leave my apartment building. I have found a new apartment. I have to travel a ways. I'm struggling financially right now. So, because I have to pay the down payment first month, second month, deposits and whatnot, and it comes up to thousands of dollars. And it's a mess. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is when retrogrades happen like that, they are supposed to highlight to you the things that you need to work on. And that's where I was complacent. I'll be honest. I was complacent, and I didn't take care of myself the way I was supposed to take care of myself. And with the message for you being to fuel yourself, to be abundant, is to take care of yourself. And I know Taurians also have this tendency, earth signs in general have this tendency to over-sacrifice, especially when it comes to physical things like material things, because we show our love in a very practical way. We show our love by showing up, giving money, donating money, or even if it's not money, giving someone a place to stay. It's very material the way we present ourselves. And I have been showing up that way, sending money to people, my cousin that needed school fees and all that kind of stuff, But in so doing, I neglected myself and I forgot that, everything is not constant. When business was good, it wasn't always gonna be good. I will have slow days and I will have slow moments. But when it was good, I became too lost in that and gave too much of my earnings, and now I'm in a place now where I'm destitute and business is slow, and so it's just kind of like it's well, you know how they say when it rains it pours. When it rains it pours. So pay very close attention to what Mercury could, or Mercury, Mars, all of these things could be trying to tell you. And what they're trying to tell you is to take a little bit more care of yourself and to put yourself in a position where you're not in lack. It's very important that you get that message, because some of you are needing to take care of yourself a little bit more. Some of you are even needing to have sex a little bit more, like feel yourself a little bit more, touch yourself, experience pleasures that when you drain and you give and you drain and you drain and you drain yourself, it becomes a kind of a lack mentality. It will culminate into a lack mentality or a lacking, and you will feel drained, and you're needing to retain at this point, because this is really telling you to retain. The Four of Cups, like retain, the Four of Swords, sorry. You're needing to, how can I put it? Be a little bit more selfish. I'm feeling like some of you feel like you can't be selfish because of the people in your environment. With that Nine of Wands, you can't be selfish. A lot is expected of you. A lot is expected from you. But you need to learn how to be generous without, what's the word? To be generous without putting yourself in a tricky spot for, saving for the rainy day or something of that sort. Because again, I'm getting that the message very strongly here that's been highlighted very strongly to me is that you need to pay more attention to you and your wants and your desires and what you desire out of a situation. You need to pay more attention to you and your emotional balance. And in order to do that, you might have to cut off a few people. And I feel like that might be the hard part for you guys, because Taurus is very much rooted. Taurus likes to be rooted. Capricorn loves to be rooted. Even if they're miserable, Capricorn will stay in it. And Taurus to some degree. But Virgo, at least we have that mutable energy. We have that very strong air energy. So we tend to be analytical and we tend to be secluded anyways from the masses. Virgo has a mind that doesn't really permit them to be caught up in everybody else's trash or everybody else's conditioning. We can kind of liberate ourselves. It's hard, but we can do that. It's a little harder for you, Capricorn and Taurus, to do that. Being fixed and cardinal signs, it's much harder for you guys to do that than it will be for a Virgo. A Virgo will freak out, but they'll do what's necessary. A Capricorn will most likely stay in their misery and feel depleted. A Taurus will figure out a way around it, even though they're not happy. They'll figure out a way around it. But it's so strange for me to see this because Taurus will generally be that sign that will take care of themselves. Like, y'all are bougie bitches. You know, like every Taurus I've ever met is bougie. Like, you guys love things, but you're like, you love material things. You love wealth. You love comfortability. You know, you love that. So generally, you guys would have a backup plan. So, and you will be taking care of yourself, and you will be making sure you're showered, and you know. So it's weird for me to get a message that you need to take care of yourself. But I can see how the lower vibration of that aspect is also affecting you, where because you guys are so rooted, you know, other people's opinions and perspectives and the general perspective of the rest of the world, you know, or, you know, religion and whatnot will affect Taurians because they're so rooted, because they want to be part of the community, because they want to be, you know, they're communal people. You're needing to pay more attention to yourself, is what I'm getting. The Nine of Cups, what you want, the Six of Swords, advice, and the Eight of Wands. Go for it, Taurus. And I've been saying this for a long time, and I'll keep saying it. I mean, if that's a message I'm getting, that's a message I'm getting. I can't. The hidden emotions, the Fool, liberation, liberate yourself from your shadow, the Queen of Swords. Some of you might have an ex-wife, and the Sun. You know what you want. The shadow is where you're stuck, Taurus. The shadow is where you're stuck. You might have some kind of female in your environment. It doesn't have to be female, but someone that is keeping you stuck. You could have an air sign in your environment, part of your shadow, but they're not what you want. Someone is trying to mind fuck you. People in your environment are mind fucking you, Taurus. It's like they're trying to dissuade you from going into what you want to do or where you feel your happiness is. And they're feeding into your shadow and your insecurities. Well, maybe if you pursue this career, you know, it will not be as financially stable as you like, and then you go and do something that you don't enjoy for the finances. So do you see how I'm saying, like, energy is is duplicious. It's multiplicity. You know, it's multiplication. I don't know how the fuck to put that. But energy is, there are many facets to a thing, and high vibrations and low vibrations. So it's like people in your environment are also mind fucking you, but it's also part of your shadow because they're feeding into your shadow and your insecurities, and they're keeping you stuck by so doing, and you're needing to liberate yourself from that shadow because your happiness is somewhere else, what you're wishing for. And I feel like you're needing to take charge and communicate with someone that you feel is the sun to you, because the Fool is walking into the sun. So you need to focus on someone that you feel is the sun to you. They make you very happy. The thought of them makes you very happy. But in order to do that, you have to release yourself. And it's what you want. It's your wish fulfillment. You know this. The enlightenment has already come up. This person would have already told you as well how they feel about you, or else the Ace of Wands won't be there. If only you can break free of your own mind, Taurus. If only you can break free of your own mind and your own conditioning and your own shadow to walk out of the moon and walk into the sun. That has been your message now for about 3 weeks. It's been coming up very strong. That has been your message now for about 3 weeks of focusing on yourself, reevaluating your life, reevaluating your environment, seeing what works for you, seeing what doesn't, and releasing yourself. And if it's coming up so strongly, then that is some kind of a cycle that you're needing to enter. That might be divine energy that's that Wheel of Fortune world energy where a cycle is ending and it's needing to wrap itself up. But it also needs your participation. When energies come up repeatedly, that means that you're not listening to your intuition. You're not listening to your truth. And you're needing to listen a little bit more to your truth because you know that where your happiness is not where you are right now. You know it. You know it. You should. Anyways, Taurus, that's your reading. I hope it makes sense to somebody. If you want a private reading, you know to find me on Instant Go or book it traditionally. Again, when you order on Instant Go, I might not be very available. And to be quite honest, considering I'm moving right now and I'm gonna have to be traveling, and my new place might not have Wi-Fi when I get there, or internet router or whatever. I would rather people book it through the traditional method, because you might not be able to get me on Instant Go for a while. So I would much rather you book it through the traditional method. But anyways, that's the message. And thank you guys for being here, and I wish you the best. Have a blessed one. Bye-bye.